Hey, what's up, my savages? It's your boy Drip, and today we're gonna be reacting to another scary video. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know why y'all over here. We're gonna be reacting to Silent Nightmare. Hopefully y'all go to sleep well tonight. It's called 20 Scariest Videos That Will Traumatize You. Well, shit, let's go see about that, huh, savages? Let's get it, baby. Alright, let's get it. Ooh. I pressed play on the wrong thing. Alright, y'all, let's get it.
A guy named Josh has been dealing with strange activity in his home for several nights in a row. Soft tapping on the walls, doors slowly creaking open on their own,
Ooh.
and even the unsettling feeling of someone breathing behind him whenever he's alone have turned his quiet house into something much more disturbing.
Breathing behind you.
This time, instead of brushing it off, Josh grabbed his camera to finally capture whatever was happening.
Keep hearing shit downstairs. Rustling stuff. Shake it out. Shouldn't bring anybody in here but me.
Here we go. He need to turn them lights on. I know that. Is that a person or is that him? Yep. That's definitely wasn't him.
And let's not forget there was somebody in our...
Bro, hell nah. Go away is crazy. No lock is crazy. That feels like a real person, man. Like somebody was in his whatever that was back there. Why would you open it? What if he's back there again and he just runs off at you? I'm confused as to what that is.
When you look closely at the footage, you can see
in that room there.
What appears to be a dark figure standing perfectly still in the doorway. But what really sent a chill through viewers was what happened next. The shadowy shape suddenly rushed toward him, followed by the door slamming shut with incredible force, as if something unseen was trying to burst through. The internet exploded with theories.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Some believe Josh encountered a classic shadow figure, a type of
One of those
entity
little
often
shadow
seen
bastards.
in paranormal stories, something said to attach itself to people rather than places. Others think it might be the spirit of someone connected to the house, lingering and trying to make itself known. And
Look
then
at that thing,
there's
bro.
the more unsettling idea that Josh unintentionally invited something in, whether through curiosity, a spooky game, or simply being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The video sparked a massive debate online about how someone even deals with this kind of situation. While
Is that
plenty of
somebody
viewers
else?
continued the conversation in a fun, fictional way, others took a more grounded
Bro.
approach, reminding Josh to stay calm.
What
make
is
sure
that? Because, like, I see the head, right? And then there's, like, this little thing on the side of the heads. Kind of like, not headphones, but... And on this one, on this whoever video this is, it got the same thing. You feel me? Look at that.
The video sparked a massive debate
Like, I feel like
online
it has
about
the
how
same
someone
thing.
even deals with this kind of situation. While plenty of viewers
Whatever it
continued the
is.
conversation in a fun,
this one has
fictional
it too.
way, others took a
See?
more grounded approach, reminding Josh to stay calm.
Is it the hat? Is
make
it the
sure
hat
he's
man?
safe.
I heard about a shadow bastard with a hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people see him, not just your typical, like, oh, I saw a shadow bastard person, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? There's been, I don't know where I saw it. I might be tripping, but I've heard about a shadow with a hat. Like, I don't know,
rule
bro.
out every possible real-world explanation first, like drafts, reflections, or someone actually entering the house. Because whether paranormal or not, what Josh captured is undeniably intense.
Most definitely.
And whatever is going on inside that house may be far beyond a simple explanation. This video was shared by a woman named Akina.
Bro, I'm sorry. What was that? You know what I'm saying?
Becoming a mother,
Lord.
she has regularly posted videos on her TikTok account documenting the life of her young son, Panko. From the day he was born to the moment he received his first play area, Akina has tried to capture every meaningful milestone in her baby boy's life. But not everything she experiences ever makes it online, and there's a reason for that. In the early hours of January 29th, 2024, at around 2:30 a.m., Akina suddenly woke up to something unusual happening in her bedroom. Thankfully, little Panko remained asleep and unaware. What happened next, however, was deeply unsettling, and it was all caught on camera.
The door opened alone? I wanna say I saw this one, but I don't know. Did she close it? I hope. Oh, she did. I feel like we've seen this. I don't know though. I can't remember. I can't recall too well, but I feel like I saw all this. Damn. She better get back ASAP. The TV turned on alone? It turned off. Was it the TV? I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit going on. Kind of throwing me off a little bit. Hopefully nothing reaches for the baby or something. That'd be crazy. Why'd she scream like that? I don't like that at all. What happened? Oh, I thought my audio went out. Why's she going back over there if she was just scared? What's going on?
At first, Akina was hesitant to share the footage. The video shows the bedroom
Am I
door slowly
tripping, or
opening and
does he sound weird? It's not me, is it? Can't be.
closing on its own.
There it goes.
But there's
What the
another detail that makes the situation even more opening and closing on its own. But there's another
the
detail
video.
that may. At first, Akina was hesitant to share the footage. The video shows
That
the
sounds
bedroom
old
door
as hell.
slowly opening and closing on its own.
I
But
thought that
there's
was me,
another
bro.
detail that makes the situation even more disturbing. Akina claims she saw a dark silhouette standing in the doorway, one that looked exactly like her husband. The problem was, he hadn't come home from work yet. There were still several hours before he was supposed to return. Despite that, she felt as if he was already there, standing silently and watching her.
Huh.
In the video itself, no one can be seen.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
about
if you
to
listen
say.
carefully, you can hear the home security system activating as though someone had just entered the house. Moments later, Akina leaves the bedroom to turn off the alarm and to look for her husband, believing he may have walked into another part of the home. That's when things become even stranger. Sometime later, Akina returns to the bedroom, but her behavior is noticeably off. She freezes in the doorway, then suddenly walks in and sits down, her face tense and distant. It almost appears as if she isn't fully herself anymore. Later, she explained that she was in a state of shock. When she went downstairs to check for her husband, she found that none of the lights were on and the front door was still locked. In other words, her husband had never come home at all.
Huh.
Overwhelmed with fear and confusion, Akina returned to the bedroom, trying to understand what she had seen. If her husband wasn't there, then who or what had been standing in the doorway? Since that night, she has replayed the moment countless times in her mind. Until she finds an explanation,
Oh,
the video
fuck,
remains
no.
publicly available on her page.
That shit's
Akina continues
too
to
much
post
for me.
videos of Panko, but this chilling incident remains unexplained to this day.
I would have
On
definitely
November 14th,
getting some locks and whatnot, changing it up, even if it might have not been an actual person, but first step, you know what I'm saying? Because that's wild.
2025, a small family rented an Airbnb for a few quiet days away from home. They were in town for a wedding and had booked the place well in advance. Everything seemed normal until one night, after returning from walking their dog, something strange happened.
We were just out walking my dog, and when we came in, we heard...
Oh, it's moving. Am I tripping? Or it's supposed to be moving? Oh, yeah. That's disgusting. Why is the dog just chilling there like that, too? Oh, okay. Alright.
Jesus Christ.
But what if that's why the dog does that? Because this is the first time she's noticing it, but dog been peep game. That's a whole nother thing. Alright, so that's believable. Maybe some air, you know? Maybe some air hitting that shit. Well, yeah, you just closed the window, but then again, I don't know. You know your casa. Is she alone, bro? And that's fucking...
As Sydney,
No, she's
the
not
owner of
alone.
the dog, stepped inside, the leash attached to her dog's collar suddenly jerked upward with force before wrapping itself tightly around the dog. It looked as if someone had yanked it hard from behind, but there was clearly no one on the stairs. Moments earlier, they had heard an odd noise from that same area, which made the incident even more unsettling.
Am I tripping or did y'all hear the running? You know what I'm saying?
Sydney sent the footage to the Airbnb host, who was just as confused, but the weirdness didn't end there. The next day, Sydney placed the leash on the stairs to test if it would move again. This time, the leash stayed still, but her dog reacted strangely.
There she goes again.
I'm telling y'all,
I don't
that
think
dog...
she's gonna move, but she's definitely sensing something.
She thought that her dog always did this shit. Nah, bro. The dog does this because of what's been happening, not just normal. Like, it just does it normally since it moved there or whatever.
Every single day.
As soon as the leash sat on the lower steps, the dog began sniffing around intensely, searching the area as if something was there. Sydney checked the rug, the steps, and everything surrounding them. Nothing was out of place. But a subtle detail emerged. In every clip Sydney recorded, her dog only reacted around the lower and middle part of the staircase, never the top. It was as if whatever she sensed was always close to the ground in that same spot. Trying to get answers, Sydney and her sister started inspecting the room more closely. While recording, something unexpected happened.
So, I think I figured out why my dog just is always hanging out right here. So, I just found a door back here.
I think it's safe to say they really haven't ever looked since it's an Airbnb. But that's something I was already thinking about since the first time we saw the curtains moving.
So I don't think that it's what's on the stairs. I tried to check, but the door is locked. Obviously it's an Airbnb, so they lock a lot of the doors up. Yeah, I don't think that it's what's
They
on
need to
the
change
stairs,
that
like what I initially thought. I think it's
fire alarm battery.
So this is the switch.
Or whatever it was beeping.
See, their light is on right there.
Interesting.
I wonder if...
Whoa, lady. Get me up out of here.
Just imagine there's something right behind the door.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Almost immediately after Sydney pulled out her phone,
That scared me a little bit
the
more than
doorknob
I wanted
to the nearby
to,
room
but it was
twisted
all
on
in
its
my
own.
ears.
No one was behind the door. No footsteps, no voices. The handle simply moved, as if someone on the other side had tried to open it. Thinking it might be another guest or staff member, Sydney contacted the Airbnb host. But the host confirmed that no one else was staying there, and that no one had entered the house during their visit. That ruled out the possibility of an intruder, which only made the situation more confusing. The doorknob continued to move on its own throughout their stay, and eventually Sydney discovered that the room behind it was a basement.
Bro, why are they messing with this thing? If it's not a person, why are they messing with it?
Yeah. Scary. Okay.
And I would have dipped the first night, by the way.
Okay, every time we've knocked before, this doorknob would turn a little bit.
What about if they put the phone under, knock, and see what happens? You know what I'm saying? There it goes. They're already thinking about all of this. I need to just shut up. What if we see something, bro? Why are you doing this to me? Ah! She needs to stop. I don't want to see nothing. Oh! Ah, we're falling. We're falling. Here we go. What is it? I don't like this one. Here we go.
While filming the basement door, Sydney's phone suddenly got pulled from her hand and tumbled down the stairs. But right before it fell, something even stranger happened. The phone shifted on its own, lifting slightly into the air before dropping flat on its face. Neither Sydney nor the host could explain how the phone rose on its own, or what had caused all the other bizarre moments.
Man.
From the leash jerking upward to the unexplained movements around the stairs, the events left them with more questions than answers. Whatever was in that basement room, Sydney felt it didn't appreciate them poking around.
Yeah, for
and to
real.
this day, the true cause behind everything that happened remains unknown. A nanny named Soph Clayton began noticing a series of strange things happening around the house. A few years ago, she went viral on TikTok and Instagram after sharing a collection of unsettling videos that documented what followed.
I'm babysitting and I just found the creepiest thing. Look at this. What is that? Oh my god. No, but what is it? It's so creepy. It's freaking me out.
People are crazy.
Is this real hair? Oh my god. And look.
It started when
no.
Soph discovered
That
a
ain't
disturbing
cute, miss.
doll standing in a corner with its face pressed firmly against the wall. It looked as if the doll was silently counting, almost like it was in the middle of a game of hide and seek. What made the scene even more unsettling was the fact that there were two of these dolls, each with a small bell tied around its waist for reasons unknown.
I just came in to make dinner and look what I found. Another one. Oh my god.
She's too happy about that. Way
It's a
too
boy
happy.
this time. Oh my god. Why would you look at that? Why would anyone have this in their house?
Not long after, Soph came across another doll, this one shaped like a young boy. She couldn't understand why anyone would keep something so eerie inside their home. She later said it was one of the creepiest things she had ever seen. In the caption of her video, she asked viewers if they had ever heard of something called timeout dolls, describing them as absolutely terrifying. These dolls, also known as corner dolls or pouting dolls, are meant to resemble children being punished. They're often positioned facing the wall to mimic sulking or being put in timeout.
That's crazy.
The trend dates back decades, and while nostalgic for some, has always carried an unsettling edge.
Yeah, no.
Many people in the comments mentioned seeing similar dolls in their grandparents' homes, which only added to the eerie atmosphere surrounding Soph's videos. Later, half jokingly, Soph decided to film herself, pretending to play hide and seek with the dolls.
Hell no. Y'all
That's when
see that?
something strange happened.
Come on, man. I hope she saw that on her video. Wait, did it?
The TV just literally turned itself off by itself, and then the lights started going insane. Let me show you. Okay, wait for it, because it was literally just happening a second ago.
Nope. I'm gone.
Max?
Am I tripping?
Couldn't I be out of bed?
Oh, she's babysitting? Yeah, nah, that kid gone too. I'm leaving it alone with the dolls.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna get him and go, because this is really freaking me out.
Oh,
In the reflection of a mirror, something appeared. Something that made it look like someone else was playing too. Someone she couldn't see.
Max, can you come down, please?
This is too much for me. Yup. Get up out of there, girl.
Max!
I got the chills with that one. Nope. They're both playing. Oh, hell no.
Max!
She need to go upstairs, woman. It's like a fucking scary movie right now.
Max!
Girl, you better run.
The tone of the videos quickly shifted when Soph realized that Max was no longer in her bed. She called out to the child, but there was no response. The tension escalated as it began to feel like the dolls themselves were moving through the house, as if they were the ones playing hide and seek in the darkness.
How does she know the child wasn't in bed? I mean, she probably thought, but she never went upstairs.
Every movement seemed to be accompanied by the faint, soft ringing of the bells tied around their waists.
Yeah, nah, I'm
A
good.
theory soon emerged that the homeowners had staged the entire setup to scare the new nanny, placing the so-called cursed dolls around the house as some kind of prank or test.
That's
Eventually,
fucked up
the
if it's
truth
true.
came out. The videos were part of a staged short horror film titled Time Out, created by British filmmaker Ethan Evans. Interestingly, members of the cast and crew later mentioned that they remembered seeing similar dolls in their grandparents' homes, which helped give the story its unsettling sense of realism and nostalgia.
Okay.
So, fortunately, the events themselves were fictional. But the dolls? Time Out dolls are very real, and for many people, they're just as creepy as they look.
Silent Nightmares.
The following footage was
You're messed up for that, bro. You had me.
recorded by a grandmother who lives alone with her dog and 2 cats. But according to her, her pets aren't the only ones sharing the house. She insists that something else has been bothering her, something she can't explain, and something her family has dismissed as imagination. But after seeing her latest recordings, they're not so sure anymore.
В зеркале было отражение чего-то не очень непонятного. На видео. Я вам всем докажу.
According to Paulina, she captured something
Okay.
strange in her bedroom the previous night.
First of all,
Whatever it was appeared near the mirror.
is she living alone? Because y'all messed up for that. And second of all, dismissing shit like this is kind of crazy. I get it, but
Same spot where she
It's fucked
claims
up,
it
bro.
often
Look at
shows
her.
up.
Look what's
Her
going
family
on.
had always assumed these sightings were the result of age or shadows, but the video made them rethink that.
Уходи отсюда. Я тебя не боюсь. Уходи отсюда. Уходи из моего дома. Уходи. Я тебя не боюсь.
I got the chills. I must have missed whatever she saw, but
Уходи отсюда.
because I personally didn't see nothing in the mirror.
Уходи отсюда.
Oh,
Я тебя не боюсь.
Yo.
Уходи. Уходи, я сказала. Уходи отсюда.
She
Уходи.
ballsy,
Я тебя
bro.
не боюсь.
As the clip begins, Polina notices that the figure she saw isn't there anymore. But then she
Okay.
catches something else. A small ornament hanging from her lamp begins to move on its
Maybe
own.
I didn't miss nothing.
Not gently swaying like it would from a
that's
breeze,
fucked up
but
right
curling
here.
upward in a slow, unnatural arc. No draft in her room could explain that. Whether paranormal or not,
at all,
the
bruh.
movement alone was enough to unsettle anyone living alone. But things escalated further when, one night, Polina decided to record again. She claimed she had seen the same figure inside her fireplace, so she pointed her
Oh,
camera
man.
toward it.
How
That's
terrifying.
when it happened.
What? What's going on?
Just as she moved closer, something that looked like a head appeared inside the fireplace opening, only for a moment,
I can't
as if
really
it sensed
see
her
it, but I
approaching.
see it now.
Understandably terrified, Polina rushed toward the space again, only to find the fireplace completely empty. Whatever she saw had
Oh my
vanished without a
God,
trace. For now, Polina hasn't shared any new videos. And whether these moments have a rational explanation or not, the 2 clips she recorded are undeniably unsettling. In this clip, the
I would have had my lights at that age on all the time.
creator known for the infamous
All the
Haunted
time.
Teddy is back, and this time, things have taken a much darker turn. Whatever was attached to that teddy bear isn't the main problem anymore. It's as if the activity has shifted, latching on to new
I
objects
don't
throughout
recall
his
watching
home.
that teddy bear shit.
Pero hay algo que lo escuché.
And he got the teddy bear in his on his bed is crazy.
Hay alguien corriendo.
Come on, bruh.
¡Basta! ¡Basta!
Oh my God.
¡Basta! ¡Basta!
Please tell me this one's fake too.
Aparece, aparece, basta. Aparece. Salí. Yo no te tengo más miedo. No te tengo más miedo. Aparece. Aparece.
Ah,
¿Qué es eso? Estoy viendo ahí. ¿Qué es eso? Estoy viendo ahí.
what? That's a crazy door.
¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está?
Man, this is terrifying. I don't like it. You better run, bro.
He keeps hearing strange noises, soft whispers,
What is it with these
sudden
videos
knocks,
today, man?
faint tapping from empty rooms. And now, the doors themselves have started moving on their own. Every time he thinks he's solved one mystery, another unnerving incident appears right behind it.
Is that
So
a
the real
face?
question is,
No.
what exactly is he dealing with?
I don't-
Has a darker spirit attached itself
really
to
see
him,
nothing.
following him from room to room? Or is the entire house becoming a hotspot for something restless that refuses to stay quiet? Either way, whatever's happening now is far more intense than anything the Teddy ever showed. Joanna Pasco shared this footage after noticing something unusual in her daughter's room. Her daughter, Evelyn, is Joanna's first healthy child. Before Evelyn was born, Joanna had endured 2 pregnancies that
damn.
tragically ended before birth.
That sucks.
After going through such heartbreak, she became an extremely attentive and protective mother, always keeping a close eye on her baby. Joanna regularly checked on Evelyn through the baby monitor, but during one routine, she
Heartbreaking.
noticed something that left her deeply unsettled.
Okay. That's not possible. What the f*** is that?
A orb?
What is that? What is it? Look at the way. Look. It's lingering. Is it the light outside? Like. There's no pinhole empty. Like. The curtains. I pulled the curtains closed.
It's an
And
orb,
it's
bro.
not leaving. It's getting near her. Oh my god. Did she just touch it? Where did it go?
Floating near the crib
It looked like
was a
she tried
glowing
to catch it
orb
last
suspended
minute.
in the air inside Evelyn's room. It hovered calmly, moving in a way that seemed almost deliberate,
That's crazy,
as if
bro.
it were following the baby's movements. No matter how it drifted, it never left the area around the crib. What made the footage even more striking was Evelyn's reaction. She appeared to notice the glowing object and even tried to interact with it, reaching toward it as if she could see something others couldn't.
Damn.
It gave the impression that whatever was there was aware and possibly trying to make contact. Viewers quickly began offering their own explanations. Some believed it could be the spirit of one of Joanna's unborn children, returning to watch over
maybe.
or play with their younger sister. Others suggested it might be a guardian angel or some form of unknown energy.
Makes sense.
Despite the unsettling nature of the footage,
Doesn't feel
Joanna
like
didn't feel afraid. Instead,
yeah.
she felt an overwhelming sense of calm. To her, it seemed as though something unseen was watching over Evelyn. And given how deeply she loves her daughter, Joanna finds comfort in the thought that someone, or something else, might be protecting her as well.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that didn't seem menacing. So I take back what I said earlier. All these early assessments have really been proving me wrong today. But nonetheless, let's get
What's
right
the
back to
worst
it.
thing that's ever happened to you in a relationship? After hearing what happened to a 22-year-old woman with her entire future ahead of her, you'll understand just how cruel some people can be. Karabo Mokoena and her ex-boyfriend Sandil Monso stepping into an elevator at exactly 2 a.m. on April 28,
I hope it's not
2017.
another sad story, bro.
Karabo enters first. Her body language shows clear distress. Manso follows closely behind her. The doors close. Not a single word is exchanged. That elevator footage
that's
would be the
weird.
last time anyone ever saw Karabo alive. Karabo met Manso in October 2016 while studying business at Regent Business School. He presented himself as a successful 27-year-old Forex trader, driving luxury cars, wearing designer clothes, and running expensive trading courses that charge thousands of rand per session. He branded his operation $1 Trillion Legacy, posting motivational videos promising fast success and financial freedom. Within just 1 month of dating, Karabo moved into his Santon apartment. The abuse began almost immediately.
That sucks.
Shortly before Christmas 2016, Manso shoved Karabo into a wall and smashed her phone. By March 2017, she was sending friends photos of bruises on her body. On March 27th, her 22nd birthday, Karabo spent the early morning hours in a hospital emergency room after another violent assault. She had visible injuries to her arms,
Dirty bastard, bro.
neck, and
Dirty
face.
bastard.
When she tried to file assault charges, she discovered Manso had already gone to the police and filed a report against her first. Weeks later, both complaints were dismissed as a so-called lover's quarrel. Karabo moved back home to her family in Deep Club.
That's crazy.
For 2 weeks, she was free. Then, in mid-April, she ran into Manso again at a nightclub in Santon. On April 27th, exactly 1 month after her hospital visit, Karabo called her mother, Lorraine. She said she was going out with Manso that evening and might stay overnight. Her mother begged her not to go. Karabo promised she would call in the morning. Witnesses at the nightclub later reported seeing the couple arguing. The tension was obvious. Despite every warning sign, Karabo left with him. At 2 a.m.,
That's crazy.
CCTV cameras captured them entering Santon Sky Apartments. Morning came. Lorraine called her daughter. No answer. She then called Manso, demanding to know where Karabo was. His response immediately raised alarm. "I don't know where Karabo is," he said, "but I didn't kill her." No one had mentioned killing. That was where his mind went.
What?
Karabo's sister rushed to the apartment complex, questioning staff. No one had seen Karabo leave. Then, a cleaner made a chilling discovery. Karabo's identification documents and passport had been stuffed into a trash bin near the elevator area. Police took more than 2 days just to formally complete a missing person report. On April 30th, investigators finally obtained the building's CCTV footage. What they saw was devastating. The footage showed Karabo and Manso entering the building together at 2 a.m. on April 28th.
Damn.
Later that evening, at 9:57 p.m., Manso was seen collecting a large wheelie bin from a common area and pushing it toward his apartment. 10 minutes later, cameras captured him, wheeling the same bin toward the underground garage. It was visibly heavier. At 10:29 p.m., his car exited the garage. He returned hours later, alone. The wheelie bin was gone. When questioned, Manso's story changed repeatedly. First, he claimed Karabo never stayed with him. Then he said she had suddenly flown to London. When police reminded him her passport had been found in the trash, that excuse collapsed. After hours of interrogation, Manso finally admitted the truth. Karabo was dead.
Damn.
He led police to a field in Bramley, roughly 7 kilometers from Santon, where he had dumped her body and set it on fire.
Damn.
Investigators found signs of burning and disturbed soil. Days later, forensic teams recovered severely burned human remains scattered across the area.
That's fucked up.
The remains were unrecognizable. DNA testing confirmed they belonged to Karabo Mokoena. On May 3, 2018, Sandile Manso was found guilty of premeditated murder. He was sentenced to a combined 32 years in prison, 5 years for assault, 30 years for murder, and additional time for defeating the ends of justice. During sentencing, the judge stated, "The court can describe you in no other way than a devil in disguise. She did not deserve to perish at your hands in the way that she did."
Why did they give him life?
Even then, Manso showed no remorse. But in the end, it wasn't his words that mattered. The CCTV footage told the truth, silently documenting the final moments of a young woman who trusted the wrong person, and proving once again that sometimes the most powerful witness is a camera that never looks away. On Valentine's Day morning, CCTV captures a mother buying roses, believing the day still holds kindness. Minutes later, she is gone. The cameras inside her home recorded everything, except the 3 minutes that mattered most.
Bro, what is going on?
Those moments were quietly deleted, leaving behind a question that refuses to fade. The footage begins in the quiet hours before sunrise on December 13th, 2022, inside a modest trailer in Cherokee County, North Carolina. What unfolds on camera would later challenge official statements, shake public trust, and become one of the most unsettling examples of how surveillance can expose the gap between what is claimed and what actually happened. It starts with a phone call. A neighbor, Emily Floyd, contacts emergency services, reporting loud noises she describes as fireworks, intense arguing, and what she believes could be gunshots coming from the home of Jason Clower. She also claims that Jason may be threatening his wife, Allie, and warns dispatchers that a hostage situation could be unfolding. None of these claims are confirmed at the time. Deputies from the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office respond but fail to make contact with anyone inside the home. Rather than pausing to verify the information, investigators move quickly toward escalation. At approximately 2:15 a.m., Lieutenant Milton Teasdale secures a search warrant based largely on the unverified report, citing alleged threats and the possibility that Jason is armed. Despite the lack of a formal mutual aid agreement, the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indian Police Department's SWAT team is called in to assist. By early morning, the trailer is surrounded by heavily armed officers. A robotic surveillance device equipped with a camera and microphone is thrown into the home. Inside, Jason and Allie are asleep, completely unaware that their home has become the center of a tactical operation. At approximately 4:54 a.m., officers use a loudspeaker to order Jason to come outside with his hands visible. What happens next is captured clearly by Jason's own interior surveillance camera. Jason opens the door and steps onto the porch, fully complying. Both hands are raised. One hand holds a cigarette. The other holds the police robot that had just been thrown into his home. Allie stands directly behind him in the doorway, raising her hands as well to show she is unarmed and following instructions. There is no sudden movement, no aggressive gesture, no resistance. Within seconds, officers open fire. Jason is struck multiple times and collapses, shouting that he has been shot. Allie screams in shock, demanding to know why they fired. The camera captures confusion, panic, and fear, but no threat. Jason repeatedly states that he does not have a weapon. As he lies injured on the ground, officers rush past him and storm into the trailer, clearing rooms with weapons drawn. For critical moments, Jason's condition is ignored while the home is secured. He is eventually transported to a hospital and survives. Hours later, the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office releases a public statement claiming Jason confronted officers and was armed during the encounter. That version of events spreads quickly. Jason is charged with communicating threats and resisting officers, despite the video showing clear compliance. Months later, the surveillance footage is made public. The official narrative begins to collapse. The video directly contradicts claims that Jason was armed or confrontational. Faced with undeniable evidence, prosecutors quietly drop all charges in March 2023. In June, Jason files a federal civil rights lawsuit alleging excessive force, unlawful entry, false arrest, and a coordinated effort to misrepresent the facts. In a sworn affidavit, District Attorney Ashley Welch states that investigators misled both her and the magistrate judge, falsely portraying the situation as a hostage crisis and claiming Jason was armed without evidence. Despite these findings, a special prosecutor declines to bring criminal charges against any officers involved. Public reaction is immediate and intense.
Yeah, that's
Many
crazy.
question how someone can be shot while complying and see no accountability. Jason's attorneys later reveal that unreleased body camera footage shows him lying on the ground, bleeding, staring at the sky, believing he might not survive. In February 2024, Jason Kluwer reaches a $10 million settlement split between Cherokee County and the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. The money comes from insurance funds. No agency admits wrongdoing, no officers are disciplined or removed. New sworn testimony submitted in March 2025 again confirms that Jason never posed a threat, and that key facts were misrepresented to justify the raid. A broader civil trial scheduled for August 2025 may expose deeper institutional failures. This case is disturbing, not because of what the camera missed, but because of what it clearly showed. A man following every command, hands raised, no weapon, and still gunfire. The video didn't change what happened, but it made it impossible to deny. It stands as a reminder that sometimes the most powerful witness isn't a person at all, but a silent camera recording the truth exactly as it unfolds. 24-year-old Jennifer Kessie did everything right. She carried pepper spray everywhere. She talked on the phone while walking through dark parking lots. She deliberately chose to live in a gated community with security guards, but none of those precautions would matter. On January 24th, 2006, Jennifer had just returned 2 days earlier from a vacation in the Virgin Islands with her boyfriend, Rob. Her daily routine was nearly identical every morning. Before leaving for work, she always sent Rob a good morning text or gave him a call. He later described it as being so consistent that it felt like an alarm clock. That morning, his phone never rang. Between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m., Rob called her repeatedly. Every call went straight to voicemail. By mid-morning, Jennifer's employer contacted her parents. Their daughter hadn't shown up for work, completely out of character, especially for someone who had just received a major promotion. Worried, her parents contacted the building manager at the Mosaic at Millennia Condominiums and asked him to check her apartment. The door was locked from the outside. Using a spare key, the manager entered and reported that everything inside appeared normal, but Jennifer's car was missing. So were her purse, phone, and keys. Then a troubling detail emerged. The Mosaic complex was still under construction. Workers moved freely throughout the property, and some were even living inside empty units. According to the family's private investigator, up to 10 men were staying in the apartment directly across from Jennifer's. She had told friends and family that the workers made her uncomfortable, often directing inappropriate comments toward her and other women. Management claimed there was nothing they could do. 2 days later, police located Jennifer's black 2004 Chevy Malibu at another condo complex called Huntington on the Green, roughly a mile away. A resident recognized the vehicle from news reports. Surveillance footage showed the car arriving around 1 p.m. on January 24th. The person behind the wheel was clearly not Jennifer. The driver sat inside the vehicle for about 30 seconds, possibly wiping down surfaces before stepping out. As the person walked away, something eerie happened. The security cameras only captured images every 2 to 3 seconds. Fence posts lined the walkway, and in every single frame, those posts perfectly blocked the person's face.
Damn.
Search dogs later traced a scent from the car back to the Mosaic complex. Witnesses also reported seeing Jennifer's vehicle earlier that morning swerving out of the parking lot, as if someone inside was struggling to control it. The car itself revealed almost nothing. DNA results were inconclusive. No blood was found. Investigators did notice an unusual disturbance in the dust on the hood, possibly suggesting a struggle. Later, a woman claimed the figure seen on camera was a maintenance worker known as Chino, who had previously done repairs in Jennifer's condo before her vacation. He was already in jail on unrelated charges when questioned. He denied involvement, passed a polygraph test, and maintained his innocence.
Maybe the haircut.
Investigators also noted he was 5 feet 9 inches, significantly taller than the person seen in the footage. In 2018, Jennifer's parents sued the Orlando Police Department and gained access to over 16,000 pages of case documents.
Damn.
Inside, they discovered a chilling detail that had been overlooked. Shortly after Jennifer disappeared, a witness reported seeing someone dump a rolled-up carpet between 6 and 8 feet long into a nearby lake. On the day Jennifer vanished, the workers across from her apartment were installing new carpet. A dive team searched the lake in November 2019. They found nothing.
Damn.
In 2016, Jennifer's father stood in court as a judge officially declared his daughter legally dead. He later said it was the hardest thing he had ever done. Jennifer Kess's case remains open. A woman sits at her desk, casually talking to the camera.
Another hard
her
one,
tone
man.
is calm, but clearly frustrated as she explains that lately she's been having trouble getting people to show up to her performances, and she can't figure out why. She's confused, focused on the small problems in her life, completely unaware that something far stranger is about to interrupt her.
I just want to know how I can get people to come to our shows. How do we get people to come to our shows? No, I am just trying to understand. Tell me it doesn't look like there's someone right here. There's not.
Yeah, I see something.
As she continues speaking, something suddenly drops to the floor behind her, right in the doorway of a closet. The movement is quick and abrupt, slicing through the quiet room. She freezes mid-sentence, her voice dying instantly, eyes darting toward the sound. Slowly, she turns around, staring in disbelief. From the camera's angle, the doorway is fully visible. There's nobody there, no shadow, no person, nowhere for anyone to hide. After stopping the recording, she gets up, walks to the closet, and carefully opens the door. It's empty. Whatever that noise was, it wasn't caused by anything or anyone she could see. A moment of pure, unexplained activity.
Yeah.
A woman uploaded this eerie clip online,
I couldn't do that.
explaining that ever since she moved into her new place, something has felt off. The previous tenants left in such a rush, they didn't even bother taking their curtains. Their mail kept showing up at the door, and according to one neighbor, they packed up and disappeared in the middle of the night after something happened. Nobody ever explained what that something actually was.
Did these people buy it?
Weeks later, this chilling moment was caught on camera.
Or is that
It was
them?
even that. That door was completely latched.
Okay.
I heard the latch click and then open. Listen. This.
Okay.
And then it just opened. And I was standing on that stair.
Damn.
So I was like,
she was
called
close.
my daughter, no answer. Called my mom, no answer. My mom is literally in bed. My daughter is literally in her apartment.
Damn.
This is like a farmer's
Hell
latch,
no.
okay?
Oh, shit.
Nobody can explain. I hope nobody followed me in the house and they're hiding behind the recliner or some shit. See how I latched it? Listen. Yeah. Pull it hard. Latch. Yeah. Very bizarre. It's never happened in 47 years. Not a warm, fuzzy feeling.
She says she was completely alone that night.
Sucks, man.
No wind, no open windows, nothing happening outside, nothing that could explain what you're about to see. Ever since that moment, she hasn't been able to shake the uneasy feeling that something in the house just isn't right. And this is where the comment section exploded. Some people argue that there's nothing to worry about unless the dog reacts. Pets are known for picking up on things humans miss. And in this clip, her dog looks totally calm.
Yeah.
To them, that means it can't be a haunting or anything supernatural. But others bring up a more unsettling idea. They believe the real event, the moment she described, where the door unlatched and slowly opened, might have happened before she started recording, meaning whatever caused it, whether a draft, a house settling, or something stranger, had already finished by the time she grabbed her camera. Of course, the dog looks relaxed now. The moment might have already passed. So, what do you think?
Why is that even a topic?
Is this just an old house behaving like old houses do? Or did she walk into something the previous tenants were desperate to get away from? This footage was captured by a home security camera inside a family's house in Florida. On December 8th, 2019, the camera's speaker suddenly activated and began blasting a loud alarm. Moments later, an unknown voice broke through, directing a stream of insults and verbal abuse at the family.
Bro got hacked.
Boyd, Chance on Nold. Welcome to the Noldcast.
I would have removed that camera ASAP.
Wait, so did your child come out black or like kind of like light skin? I don't know. What? Nothing.
What made the incident especially unsettling was that the voice mentioned the couple's son, even though the child had not appeared on the camera at any point that night. This raised the disturbing possibility that whoever had hacked the device had been watching the live feed for some time before speaking. The Brown family believes they may have been monitored for several days without realizing it. However, it was never possible to determine exactly how long the surveillance had been going on before the voice finally made itself known. After nearly 3 minutes of relentless verbal attacks, the family removed the camera's batteries.
Like a web browser up on your phone and then type in the website that I tell you? No. Why? I'll leave you and your family alone. Or I could do this. I like your dog.
That's crazy.
Hey, go to no.
Shaken by the experience, the Browns ultimately decided to stop using home security cameras altogether. In the center of Volgograd,
bro, that's super invasive. That's fucked up.
Russia, there stands an apartment building that looks completely ordinary at first glance. Nothing about it seems unusual, yet for several years, one apartment inside has become the source of confusion and unease among local residents. The reason is a single window on the 11th floor. Every night, without fail, at exactly 10 p.m., a light inside that apartment begins to blink in a steady rhythmic pattern. The flickering continues until precisely midnight, then suddenly stops. This has happened every single night for over 5 years. And it's still happening today. Imagine walking home along the same street each evening and seeing the same window flashing at the same time, night after night.
They should send
it doesn't
somebody
feel random
to go over there and check it out. You know what I'm saying? With the whole camera. I bet you'll find something.
Like faulty wiring. It feels intentional, almost like a signal or some kind of ritual.
At least he hasn't
Strange,
actually seen a
yes,
person there.
And
You know what I'm
deeply
saying?
unsettling. Most people eventually brushed it off, assuming it was an electrical issue and nothing more. But one internet user, who went by the name Medic Paranoic, decided to take it seriously. He began monitoring the window closely and confirmed that the flickering occurred every night at the exact same time, lasting 2 hours without exception. He also noticed something else. Every morning, the curtains of that apartment were tightly drawn, as if whoever lived there didn't want anyone looking inside. Things became even more disturbing when, on several occasions, a human silhouette appeared in the window.
That's what I was
the
talking
figure
about.
would linger for only a few seconds, just long enough to suggest someone was standing there, watching the street below. Once, Medic Paranoic even noticed brief camera-like flashes coming from the window, raising the possibility that someone inside was taking photos of people outside. What set this case apart wasn't just the strange activity. It was how far Medic Paranoic was willing to go. Unlike others who only speculated online, he shared the exact address publicly: Krasnaya Namskaya 7, Volgograd. Anyone could look it up and see that the building and the window were real. Soon after, multiple locals came forward, claiming they had witnessed the same blinking light themselves. Still unsatisfied, Medic Paranoic decided to investigate in person. His first attempt failed when a security guard at the entrance refused to let him inside, so he regrouped and returned with a plan. This time, he claimed his uncle was interested in renting an apartment in the building. Using a legitimate rental listing as cover, he was allowed inside without suspicion. As he explored the building, he noticed something odd. Only the 11th floor, the floor with the mysterious apartment, had a security camera pointed directly at the hallway. None of the other floors had cameras at all.
They're keeping shit
Eventually, he located
there.
the apartment and rang the doorbell. After several rings, a man answered. His voice was rough and hoarse, as if he'd been a heavy smoker for many years. Medic Paranoic estimated the man was between 45 and 50 years old. The conversation began politely, but quickly turned uncomfortable when Medic Paranoic asked directly about the blinking light. There was a long pause on the other end of the line, an awkward silence as though the man was struggling to come up with an answer. Finally, he claimed it was caused by faulty wiring and insisted it wasn't a serious issue. When Medic Paranoic asked why it didn't bother him, especially after years of constant flickering, the man simply replied that it didn't bother him at all. The conversation ended there. But according to Medic Paranoic, it only raised more questions. That night, something unusual happened. The window stayed completely dark. For the first time in years, there was no blinking at all.
Damn.
But the very next night, the flickering returned. Except this time, the pattern had changed. Almost as if someone inside had realized they were being watched. Today, Medic Paranoic lives in St. Petersburg. However, a friend of his who still resides in Volgograd claims that the light continues to blink to this day. No clear explanation has ever been given for what's really happening inside that
People
apartment.
Are weird.
So, if you ever find yourself in Volgograd, you might want to pass by Krasnaya Namskaya 7 and look up at the 11th floor window. And if you happen to catch the blinking light, consider sharing what you see. Medic Paranoic's original videos are still online, quietly collecting digital dust. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to finally uncover the truth behind this mystery.
Not me.
A guy named Josh.
Well, my savages, I'm not gonna lie, man. That was a bit of a different thing that we usually react to, and obviously I kept getting a lot of things wrong. I like to jump ahead sometimes, but were you guys correct on jumping ahead as well on what you probably was going on? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think about these kind of videos? I mean, there were some scary ones there as well, but like more you know, the darker side of actual humans being messed up was in there as well. I think I don't really like the one where that whatever it was pulled the girl's phone all the way down into the basement. Not for me. I hate it, especially because I have to wear these, so I hope you guys are wearing them as well. And if y'all are not, y'all better jump on that bandwagon right now, or like next time. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so again, that was Silent Nightmare. Pretty scary video right there. Sometimes it was just kind of sad, but who am I to judge, man? I liked it at the end of the day. I fuck with it. Y'all fuck with it. Other than that, if y'all like this video, then please, my savages, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so I can let y'all know when I drop something hot or not. And as always, my savages, keep your eyes peeled out there. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Drip. Let's get it, baby.